Hello, welcome back to game 2, to this slightly awkward hand. It's a mulligan. We can't cast any of the spells in it, even though we're on the draw, so we've got, 3 draws to find one of 8 white sources? Maybe it's a keep. We lose the game if we don't find a white source. It's that simple. But we've got 1, 2, 3 draws to find 8 white sources, with 8 sources in the deck. That gives us 8 times 3 is 16, 24. So 24 out of 33 chance of hitting one. How good is this hand if we hit a white source? Well, we've got a Cellar on 3, we've got an Azorius Charm to cycle and keeps alive. We've got an Avenging Arrow to keeps alive, and then we've got 2 6-drops. So we need to hit 4 lands. 15 lands left in the deck, so we need to hit 4 lands, preferably within the next 6 draws, within the next 7 draws. 6, 7, 8 draws. Okay, I'm going to keep it. This is... I wouldn't recommend this hand to anyone. Ugh, and he's got the turn 1 militant. This could be a toughie. Okay, that's not a white source. I mean, as non-white sources go, it's a green spell. But until we're populating songbirds, it's barely worth casting. White source? Okay, it's possible I made the mana base wrong. I don't feel like I made the mana base wrong. But then again, we'll play our Centaur's Herald and pass. Ugh. Now we take a load more damage, slowly make another Centaur. Okay, hopefully we can Avenging Arrow that sooner or later. By sooner or later, I mean sooner. By sooner or later, I mean right now. Good. So now we pass the turn. If he attacks with the Menace, we don't pop our Centaur. Instead, we try and Avenging Arrow away the Menace, take 6 down to 8. Which puts us in a bad position, yeah, but could be a lot worse. Could be stabbed. He doesn't attack with Drive Militant because he thinks we're going to make a 3-3. Aha, we're going to take 4. And consider yourself avenged. Okay. Now, I don't think we're in too bad of a spot. Okay. So we can spend a turn making a Centaur, or we can make a Cellar of Songbirds. I think I'm going to make the Cellar for now, because I make the Cellar, and it can block and trade with either of these guys, leaving me taking 2 next turn. Which, while I don't want to take, the fact that he played Brush Strider there is pretty relevant. Might be worth, with Drive Militant and Brush Strider, might be worth bringing in the, the thing, the, whatchamacallit? The double striking to Fencing Ace. So as we get up to 6 mana, this hand's just going to go off. I'm going to make a few dozen Centaurs and win the game. So the riddle facing me is surviving to 6 mana. That's the problem. The final problem. So this turn, hopefully we make a Centaur, though I feel like we're probably just going to end up Deliverancing. No, because we can block and then pop Centaur's Herald into a Centaur off the Golgari Longlegs, and then we can end up Deliverancing ourselves Centaurs and Azorius Charming blockers, which is going to give us a ton of time. So yeah. And all we need to buy with this hand is time, because we've got 6 spells in hand. As far as I know, he's made all his land drops. It's possible he's missing double green. So he's on, 3, 4 spells? Hammer F3 in case we F6. I don't think we did, but don't be too careful. Okay, Sludge Scorpion. That's annoying. That trades with a Centaur at some point. What's the attack, friend? No attacks at all. That's good news. Oh, there's a free Centaur. Almost there now, so we're definitely just passing the turn here. Haven't quite decided. No, it's not worth flying in there for 1. Even though we plan to. We'll probably plan to Deliverance and populate the Centaurs, don't we? Do you want to Azorius Charm the Longlegs? Or wait? Yeah, I'll fly in there for 1. I don't feel like I lose anything by flying in there for 1, since my plan is pretty much Deliverance, populate the Centaurs. and then hopefully draw land, start courses according, make 1,000,000 centaurs, and win the game. I mean, I could just make like 5 birds, which is a lot of birds, and leave it at 2 centaurs. But, you know, I feel like the more centaurs I have, the better a position I'm in. See what he says to that. He says more black mana. What could he be missing at double green? What costs double green? You could have Rites of Reaping, though if you had that, he would have cast it pre-combat. We would have Deliverance ourselves a centaur. Just with the Sludging Scorpion, eh? Could send it to the top of his library, which I don't actually mind doing too much. Yeah, because it prevents him drawing a card. Means we get to save the Deliverance for a while. And it slows him down by like a whole turn, which is just huge. F3 in case he goes to kill our centaur. Okay, sure, a flying, scavenging thing. Done, I'll take that. Okay, well, yeah, that counts. That's a land. I'll take it. Gate Ravine. Love to use the ability, thank you. Fetch ourselves a Selesnya Guildgate. Play ourselves a Selesnya Guildgate. So next turn we get to Trostani's Judgment and etc. This turn we probably just Druid's Deliverance away the damage. I mean, because all he's drawing is a Sludge Scorpion. So he draws the Scorpion, he plays the Scorpion. We've got the board fairly locked up, and sooner or later we're just going to be able to smash in with Centaurs / Birds. I mean, our Centaurs can never get through his long legs, which is slightly annoying, so maybe it's worth populating birds. But what of old remember us, filling this world with sand, deliver us. Sorry. It's Druids, deliverance, bum bum. See, that so nerfs the Rites of Reaping, because the +1/+1 no longer matters, because the damage is prevented, and the Centaur was saved. So I could just exile his flyer, and then fly in there for 1, populate my own flyers, and start that. No, I feel like I should Courses Accord once first, and just make a Centaur army. Do you want to make a bird here or Centaur? I think I'll make a bird, actually. Because my plan is almost certainly to exile the Xantid Swarm, and then I can start flying in there. If I take 3 from flyers this turn, flyer. If he has the Rites of Reaping, then I can chump with a bird and avoid taking 6, which would be extremely dangerous. I mean, I haven't seen actually any instant speed pump out of him, so I'm not too scared of that here. That was a good draw. So here we fly in with both our flyers, and then we plan to Judgment the Xantid Swarm. Yeah. I say plan to Judgment because there's always a chance something will go wrong, and I mean he might try and, say, scavenge onto it. The reason I'm populating flyers is so I can pose some sort of beatdown. I've got a lot of deliverances and etc. Just got a hand full of populate stuff and a board full of populations. Yeah, makes sense. I'm gonna have you judged. I'm sorry. I can be quite judgmental. Die. Die, mummy. Populate birds. I feel like this is going to be a fairly hard game to lose. If he hits double green, it makes like Trestle Troll, that could be annoying. Then the board really is locked up, and I have to start thinking of what are my win conditions for that kind of board, which is where you need your bombs, which I don't have in my deck. Awkward. Anyway, we'll play our land. Do we want to Courses Accord or leave up Trostani's Judgment? It's a very difficult decision. I mean, we're leaving up Druid's Deliverance either way, which is good. So I feel like if we Accord and just make more Centaurs, more birds, and then, because there's nothing on board that I really, really want to Judgment, or have to Judgment right now this second. If he had flyers or Trestle Trolls, he would have played them that last turn, so I'm going to keep populating birds. And just put him on like a 3-turn clock here. I mean, he does have the Stonefair Crocodile, which I'll probably try and trade as Centaur.